This show is clean.
Howdy.
Pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Effizode 743. Hi, it's Mike Matthews, broadcasting from the last place on earth located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Today, it's Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere the Engineer, plus part 3 of my Into an Interview with the band Thick Red Wine. And you know what cities do? They make spiders bigger. Oh no. Mike's Daily Podcast. We'll find out more about that story. And let's get on with the program show. Mike's Daily Podcast. Madame Rutabaga yesterday said she lives in California gratis. That means she lives here free. And I like Charlie Mathis. You know, he had a wonderful voice and kind of that vibrato that soothes you. You know what else I like to do? I like drinks that have boba in them. Ew. Those are those things that when you suck them up in your drink, Mike's Daily Podcast, kind of like you're sucking up eggs. It's weird. You kind of feel like a aquarium vacuum cleaner. Mike's. But anyway, Daily. What the hell? Podcast. Sorry for that imagery. Yeah. No, whenever I fished, I would use salmon eggs. And suddenly, I thought that boba were salmon eggs for a second there. Oh, somebody walk in, please. Thank God.
Hello, my God, it's Chely Shoehart, the gift shop supervisor. Oh my God, you're starting off the show today on some weird tangents.
Yes, weird tangents indeed. But I will say that people are strange, much like me. I was walking Basil the Boxer today, Chely.
Oh my God, like Basil is like so cute.
He totally is. And we were walking together, and this lady was sitting in the shade. She was having a smoke. And she says, "Oh, what a cute dog. Can I pet him?" I'm like, "Sure." And Basil's really friendly. He walked up. The lady was petting him. You know, he's really friendly, especially since after he ate Bison Bentley yesterday. That was a callback to yesterday's show. Were you listening to that one? No? Don't worry. Bison Bentley's fine. He'll be later on in the show. I know you can't wait. So the lady's petting Basil, and Basil lays down because it's kind of a warm day and he likes the shade, and this lady's being nice to him. This guy walks out of the building. I think it was like a CPA or a lawyer or something, and he walks out. He's in a business suit, and the lady says, "Look at this cute dog. He's laying down next to me." And the guy goes, "Yeah, okay," and he walks off. What the hell is wrong with you, sir? Why? He looked like I had just bombed his house, as if he were living in London and I was a Nazi bomber and bombed his house. Hi, I've been watching a lot of Foyle's War lately. God, I love that show. Man, I am a Johnny-come-lately to that show. It's been on for like at least 10 years. The BBC makes it. Yeah, I'm a BBC snob. I love a lot of the shows they do. This show is fantastic. I watched an episode last night. There were like 7 or 8 plots going on, storylines going on. I couldn't believe it. And all resolved wonderfully. All were kind of interconnected. Fantastic. I learned a lot about World War II. God, what a stupid war that was. And that's an understatement. Anyway, that guy looked... I had no idea. Why are people so odd like that?
I don't know, Mike Matthews. Why are you odd?
I don't know. Maybe it's a rhetorical question. Maybe that question just answered itself.
I don't think so.
Oh, look who else just walked in. Hello, Mike. This is Floyd the Floorman.
And this is John Deere, the engineer. Mike, perhaps that guy was not having a good day.
Why not?
Well, he was a lawyer. Maybe he lost a case.
Or he maybe was a CPA.
Yes, perhaps he's a CPA, and it's not tax season right now, so he's got nothing to do, and he's bored, and he's in a bad mood.
Oh. Do you like Foyle's War?
Yeah, it kicks ass.
Let's hear it for Foyle's War. Thank you, studio audience. So this is fascinating. What happened in nature is that the female spiders may be growing. The orb-weaving spiders in Australia, they live in cities, and apparently in the cities they are growing larger because they're better able to reproduce than those out in the country. according to a new study, according to bbc.co.uk. Female spiders had larger bodies and bigger ovaries in areas of urban development compared with those in places with more vegetation. Bigger ovaries means that they have a better reproductive ability. According to the authors of the study, the results are further evidence that urbanization is affecting wildlife living in cities. And both temperature and the availability of prey could explain the difference between spiders in urban and non-urban areas. Elizabeth Lowe from the University of Sydney, Australia, says that hard surfaces and lack of vegetation lead to the well-known urban heat island effect, with more heat retained than in areas with continuous vegetation. Vegemite sandwich. Higher temperatures is associated with increased growth in size in invertebrates. And she said, urban lighting may also be a contributing factor, as it attracts insects and means more food for spiders in those environments. And I'm suddenly turning Scottish. This increases in prey would result in bigger, heavier, more fecund spiders. Sorry. I am from California, and I cannot do accents worth. So what do you think about that? I think it's fascinating, spiders, because it really, a lot of women just don't like them. And so you have to be, to prove your manhood, you must kill a spider in front of her. And I know to all the animal lovers out there, and I am an animal lover, you shouldn't kill any living thing. But I have this thing about when a spider gets into your house and is making a home, you have to have a zero tolerance. And I try to throw them out of the house alive. But occasionally you get a crazed woman that's like, kill the spider, kill it now! And I have to say I'm not proud of it, but I have done it to prove my manhood. And I apologize to those spider spirits up in the sky. And I want you to know that the female spider spirits in heaven are huge, because it's a big city. You see. That's what it says in the Bible anyway, I think. What do you think about all that? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. And what do you think about Foyle's War? Do you love that show? Or do you even watch anything? Do you hate the BBC? Do you watch nothing that comes from England? Email me, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section Emails from Email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you'd like to sponsor the show. MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. And check out the wonderful website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. It has, oh crap, someone's calling me right in the middle of my damn show. Hold on. Oh, it's a number I don't recognize. Ain't answering that. The website, MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com, has links to where to listen to this show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and you can rate and comment on the show. More people find out about us if you do that. It's wonderful. There's also the Facebook page. Like the Facebook page, and when I post a new show, share it with your friends. More people find out about us that way, too. Another great way to support the show is through the Amazon deal of the day. Click on that and buy something at a great discount. And we get a little bit of help from that as well. There's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spreaker, Mixcloud, Podomatic, Yelp, Tumblr, Twitter. And there are the blogs, the daily podcast picture, and all of my past interviews are all there at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com.
Into an interview.
I'm speaking with Mike Wojciechowski of the band Thick Red Wine. Mike, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in New Jersey. I was born in Philadelphia and spent my childhood in southern New Jersey. So,
do you have a New Jersey accent? Is that a New Jersey accent?
I don't have a Sopranos accent that I kind of wish I had.
Do people in San Francisco, now that you live there, do they go, "Wow, you sound like you're from New Jersey"?
Not too often, I think I need to look the part a little bit more, maybe bulk up a bit, and get my hair a little bit bigger,
That's the... Well, no, you don't have to do that. You can just assimilate into the San Francisco... Now, do you like what do you think of the San Francisco music scene and all that's going on there?
It's been really good. I love kind of moving to a city where I know there's a strong community of artists, musicians, and getting to explore San Francisco the last 4 months has been great because there's so many different types of venues where I've been to a lot of the traditional bottom of the hill, independent, brick and mortar music hall, the kind of bigger indie rock venues, but I've also got to check out a lot of DIY concerts that happen in people's houses and outside and, places where you wouldn't normally have a show. And I think those have been, as interesting, if not more interesting, getting to actually kind of have a bigger intimacy in terms of, the performers being able to talk to the crowd afterwards, being at a show where maybe people aren't checking their phone or it's not overcrowded or super expensive. So it's cool to get both, I like having both, and it's been great to explore that part of San Francisco.
I'm going to write a song, and maybe I'll get to play. I'm in Castro Valley, about 40 minutes from San Francisco if I take BART. And maybe I'll write a song for an open mic, and it'll go, "Quit checking your phone. You're really irritating me."
Yeah, it's the worst, I mean, sometimes I just assume that people are just checking out my Facebook page, and maybe that's okay. Let them use their phone if they're gonna like you on Facebook.
Who plays with you on this new Homesick EP coming out next month?
So it is Bob Brodowski on bass. He was my roommate in Philadelphia. We grew up together. Daniel Warner on lead guitar, and also a very, very close friend from growing up. And then Nick Manta on drums. He was a coworker of my friend Bob's the bassist, so he joined us for 6 months, or I guess I was back in Philly for like 8 months. So he was very, very great in just picking up the songs super quickly and being able to record them kind of on last minute's notice.
Excellent. And then you have the song Whiskey Green Tea from the album Homesick, and you name check some literary heavyweights in this song.
I do. So, I mean, sometimes I still consider myself more of a writer than a musician sometimes. I am definitely very literary minded. Like I said, my songs can be a little bit long-winded and wordy. So I was sort of thinking about the greats when I wrote Whiskey Green Tea. It was a very sort of dark, writery time for me where I was considering whether or not to move from Austin back to the Northeast, and just doing a lot of reading, doing a lot of holding myself up in my one bedroom and trying to figure out my next move. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think it comes through in the literary references during the song.
I totally get it. Yes, I totally feel that indecision and the self-doubt and all that going on in this song. It is great. Great lyrics in it.
Thank you. I appreciate that,
Homesick is the EP it will be on, because this song is not available at the moment. It will be out on the EP.
Yeah, it'll be out. We'll keep releasing more. The EP should be out in September or October. Still kind of finalizing the release date, but it's coming. You'll be able to hear it very soon.
And where can they keep tabs on you?
You can keep tabs on me, really, if you search for Thick Red Wine. Hopefully I'll be the first thing that comes up. Sometimes it'll be like a stray box of Franzia or something, but thickredwine.com is my official site. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/thickredwine, twitter.com/thickredwine. So I'm all over the internet. There's plenty of cool stuff to explore, so
excellent.
Come find me.
Well, let's listen to this song that will be featured on this new Homesick EP. Love it. It's called Whiskey Green Tea. This is Thick Red Wine. Oh, all these beverages I'm saying right now. I might as well say some hot chocolate. No, I wouldn't say that because It always burns the roof of my mouth. But we're talking to Mike Wojciechowski, and it's Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's a Tuesday before I leave to go home. I'm drinking whiskey, Arizona green tea. And when you're stumbling toward a small dark revelation, I hope that you think just for a moment of me. 'Cause I'm not washed up, I'm not washed out, I'm not dubstep. I'm not hipster, I'm not listening, I'm not stoned. And I'm not Burroughs, I'm not Whitman, I'm not Nietzsche. But I've been picking off the fat from their bones. And I'm not searching for nobody to save me. I'm not singing for nobody but me. I'm not Dylan, I'm not Lennon, I'm not Jagger. I'm just a skinny, little bearded, tired punk. And I'm not broken, I'm not jonesing, I'm not fixing to waste my time with all this music junk. 'Cause I'm a writer, I'm a poet, I'm a lover. And I'm a piss poor, bad excuse for a man. 'Cause I've been poisoned by a dream I can't wake from, where my words drip like blood in your hand. And I'm not searching for nobody to save me. I'm not singing for nobody but me. And I don't believe in love the way you do. No, I don't believe in love the way you do. No, I don't believe in love the way you do. But I'm not scared to lay bare my heart. My heart. My heart. My heart. And I'm not searching for nobody to save me. I'm not singing for nobody but me.
That is called Whiskey Green Tea by Thick Red Wine as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Tomorrow, the finale of my interview with Thick Red Wine.
And here's today's podcast picture.
The picture, oh, it's a drawing, and it features Valentino the parking attendant. Hey, Valentino.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
Right, and I just introduced you, so you just repeated yourself, and that just made everyone flip out with anger.
Oh, sorry about that.
And we are also speaking to, in this drawing, we're speaking to Martin Mole the Bull and your nephew Ditz.
Yeah, in fact, Martin Mole the Bull is right here, right now. Say something, Martin Mole the Bull.
You know what, Mike? I really enjoyed your Australian accent you did earlier in the show. It was quite nice.
You know, I've got very large horns, and I could cause you great pain. I could, in fact, gore you.
Martin Mull the Bull, don't scare Mike like that, B.
Quite sorry.
And Mike, this is my nephew, Ditz.
Backwards baseball hats are cool.
Yeah, so that's them. What do you think?
I think that they will never be recurring on this show. Tomorrow we will bring you the finale of my Into an Interview with Thick Red Wine. Plus, we will hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, and the Brewmaster.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at MIKEs-DAILY-PODCAST.com. Email Mike now at MIKES-DAILY-PODCAST@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
You're quite cute, Chely Shoehart. Would you like to go on a date with Martin Mull the Bull?
Oh my god, that's like so gross. Go sick him, Basil.